early. I actually start at 7 p.m. I'm here early because I don't know what's wrong with YouTube, but I can't schedule my lives without it reverting my orientation to vertical. So if you are watching the replay, fast forward about 15 minutes, and that's when I'm actually going to start, okay? But don't mind me, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just going to be focusing on my laptop and getting everything set up. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the studio. This is Carla, and I'm so glad that you are joining me, whether it's live or on the replay. So let me go ahead and get everything set up. It's one of those things, you know, I have to keep doing this. Whoop, and let me mute myself because we don't want to hear me twice. At least I don't want to hear me twice. All right, so let me take care of this. Okay. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, so got the thumbnail done. All right, let's go back here and copy this. Okay, so then and then what do I want? Let's see. This. Oh, it did not do that. Again, if you're watching the replay, just as an FYI, I come on about 15 minutes early to get everything set up. Or if you're on live, I don't have the actual video up on the screen at the moment where there's comments. Uh, so I can't see if anybody's saying anything. Let me go check. No, there isn't. Okay. So kind of good so far. So let me close this. Open this. Pin this up at the top. Okay. And let me see, is there anything else? Okay, that's my comment. Copy this. Okay, so I got that updated. And all right, let me bring this up. Looks like there's a couple of people on here. Hello, Carol. Hello, Froggy. Yeah, I didn't bother with the scheduling because I knew that it would just mess up again. So, yeah, I just started 15 minutes early just to get everything set up. And I think I have. Um, if you, okay, no problem, Froggy. Okay, let's see. I think, okay, so I'm going to kind of leave this open so I can kind of reference back to this. Let's see. We can close that. Don't need that. And I think I can close that. I don't think I need that. Okay. So it looks like I got everything set up. I don't think I'm missing anything. You know, Carol, I was just about ready to say something about adding your name to the thing. As soon as I opened up the spreadsheet, your name just appeared. Okay. Um, so my assistant, Yvonne, aka Don Newberry, that you always see in the chat, she is going to be here in the studio soon. She's kind of on her way, so she's got the key to get in, which, did I hear a knock? It's hard saying because people that live above me make noise. Sometimes I think they're going to come through the ceiling. You know, a little bit, but you know what? I also don't have any makeup on either, and that'll do it too. You know, the thing is, it's like, I work from home, and so it's like, to put the makeup on's no problem, but then at the end of the day, you got to take it off. So to put it on, to only have it, where you're only going to see me for just a very short amount of time, it just seems like it's too much work. Um, but I do know at some point, I mean, I could see up here that I'm coming up to like trimming this hair because this is getting a little long, trimming it and coloring it again. But it's a process and it just takes time. And I'm just going to admit it, I'm lazy. There's a lot of things that are going on between now and, well, by the end of the month. So I'll kind of explain that here in a minute. But it is 7 o'clock, so give me 1 minute. Let me go grab something. Make a bunch of racket. Okay, so there she is. Are you making more than one trip in? Yeah. No, I'm done. Okay, just make sure that you deadbolt that door. Because we definitely want to be careful now, especially now. Yeah, so, I watch, like stuff on, YouTube and all that. And, you know, lately, well, ever since like prior and during the elections and after, I've been watching the videos from Fox. And they had like this little story on there that just really kind of has me a bit concerned now. And can I say, and I'm just going to say this, I don't like to bring political in anything, but January 20th can't come quick enough. And I'm just going to be honest. Because that gang, that very vicious gang that has, killed a lot of, like, what was it, Lake and Riley, and, oh, I'm gonna, it's like I'm drawing a blank on the name, but, um, the, what was it? It was another, like teenager or whatever. Yeah, well, that gang, the story was that now they were in major cities in Tennessee. So Nashville, um, Chattanooga, what was the other one? There was another one, and Memphis. So yeah, now I can like be concerned about that. I mean, not that I don't, you know, typically go out at night, but now it's like, yeah, you got to be careful even during the daytime. Um, okay, so with that, I'm going to kind of get started. So she's here, she's locked the door, so we're good. So welcome everybody. As you're coming on, and already started here, so Carol has. Um, let's see, Froggy's still away. Okay. Um, yeah, so I'll wait till there's more people. So like like usual, I have the link pinned up at the top of the chat box. Add your name to to that spreadsheet, because at the end I will do a wheel of names and do a drawing. Hello, Terry. And I will give away the cards that I make tonight. So you haven't missed anything, Terry. I'm just getting started, and your buddy just showed up a moment ago, so we're good. So now, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that I personally have to do between now and the end of this month. So one of the things I'll show you when I flip the camera. So every year, at my church, we do a women's Christmas dinner. It's typically like the first Friday of December. So this time it's December 6th. And every year since 2013, when I was living here, I've always created a little like ornament or something, kind of just a little something for all the ladies that um, you're gonna watch you gonna watch the Tyson fight instead of watching me? Seriously, woman? This is much more entertaining. It's not as violent either. Less blood. Hopefully. No, I'm kidding. We shouldn't have no blood whatsoever. Um, but yeah, I would always do a little something, like maybe a little ornament or something. A lot of times, if we have, like last year in our holiday mini, we had a whole suite that was a religious themed, suite of, where I can use that to make like ornaments, which that worked great. However, this year we just have one stamp set that's religious, and I really can't do anything with it because I mean, the one main image to it is just too big for me. It's on later. I thought it's on the same time. I was watching something where they said that it was going to be on at 7 Central. And for me, that is now. So, but anyway, so because I can't do anything with that for my projects, yeah, I am kind of hoping this is all going to work out and look how I'm imagining it. I'm doing more this time than I did last year, because this year, um, the cost of it, I mean, it wasn't bad. Like last year, it was $25 a person, and this is driving me crazy. Like $25 a person. This year, they were going to charge $30 a person, which really, I mean, it's not bad. But somebody had kind of stepped up and said, excuse me, why is it when I go live or I'm filming, this has got to like get all weird? I apologize in advance. I don't want to be constantly clearing my throat. Maybe that's a sign I shouldn't do so much talking, right? But anyway, so someone came forward and said that they're going to cover the whole cost of it. So I'm expecting that there's going to be more women that sign up for this than, say, last year. And because I'm going to say this, I dearly love my sisters. However, they're really bad on signing up for things. They wait till the last minute. And when I'm doing something like this, I have to kind of guess, well, how many do I make? So I'm actually making 100 of these, and it's going to be a lot of work. I mean, I got prep stuff done. I just need to assemble these things, and yeah, so a lot of stuff to do. Um, I think that's really it. I do have some stuff printed out to show you. Deborah, I'm just getting started, so you haven't missed anything. Welcome. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to flip this. I'm going to adjust the camera so it looks good. So if you get motion sickness, just kind of look away for a moment, and then I'll let you know when you open your eyes. So hold on. And let me flip this because you don't need to see my ceiling. But lower this a bit and flip it. And let's see where we are here. We are way crooked is what we are. Let me pull this out. And kind of turn this a little, just a tiny bit. Okay, so as you come on, y'all know the routine. Just add your name onto that spreadsheet that's linked up in the top of the comments. And we'll do my crazy way of how I do the wheel of names at the very end. Okay, so what are you looking at? So you're looking at my bin here of what my Christmas gift is going to be for all these ladies. So I'm starting out where I have these 1¼ inch jingle bells, gold jingle bells. I have added some jute twine to them. This evergreen, I feel really bad. Let me see if I can get this off. I can. So you see this? This is what it originally looked like. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and of course everything for that's Christmas right now is 50% off, so good price on that. So I literally pulled all of these out. These are going to get trimmed down, so the idea is I'm going to glue a piece of this onto here. I got berries in which I twisted 2 of them together, so that's going to go on there. I got this ribbon, so I've tied 100 bows. I'll tell you what, having one of those bow maker things or whatever works really, really great, and I got through all of those. And then one other thing that I forgot to grab. So I also ordered these little tiny pine cones. So the idea is this is all gonna kind of be on top of this, and I'm hoping that what I'm envisioning that it's going to look good and it's not going to be tedious and take forever to get done. And then I have some sheer red ribbon and some tulle, and I have, was it 2-inch acetate boxes that I'm going to put them in, and so that's going to be my gift for everyone. And I'm sure I'm probably going to have a whole lot of these left over in the end, because it seems like every year that's the case. All right, so I'll move those out of the way. Okay, now as far as like housekeeping stuff and what's going on, um, that's awesome, Froggy. I'm glad that you did make a profit off of it. I know when I did mine a really long time ago, yeah, I didn't get no profit whatsoever. I mean, after I paid for everything and all that time, yeah, I just ended up with a whole bunch of stuff left over. Um, so I want to make mention of this. So this ends today at 11:59 p.m. Mountain time. So wherever you live, you know, kind of figure out your time zone to mountain time. For here, it would be 12:59. Um, Stampin' Up has their seasonal sale going on. So this is from the current annual catalog. It's not the items that are in the holiday mini nor the um, scrapbooking brochure or the online exclusives. Okay, this is just the annual catalog. So you can get 20% off of bundles. So right now, if you buy a bundle, you know, that can be a stamp or die, or it can be a stamp and punch bundle. You get 20% off on it already. So during this sale, you get an additional 20% off. So it's actually 40% off on the bundles. The designer series paper is 20% off. 10% off a cardstock, and I desperately need some more regular basic white. And then on the ink, so the ink pads and the ink refills, and I think, is it also the markers? Possibly. Now, this is just the Stampin' Up! Ones. It's not the other ones we have, like the Versamark ink or the Stays On. That's not part of the 10% off on the ink. I'm looking at our inventory status report, and as of right now, the Pretty Peacock stamp pad is out of stock. Cardstock, the basic gray berry burst, the Regals 8.5 by 11 combo pack, the Neutrals 8.5 by 11 combo pack, um, and the Country Woods. And I don't know if it's the Frames and Flower specialty. I don't know if this is part of the sale or not, but those are all on back order at the moment. Um, the bundles, the Humble Home in the Grove. Oh no, wait a minute. Scratch out Humble Home. That's Holiday Mini. Um, in the Grove, looks like that is on back order. The Layers of Beauty bundle, that's on low inventory along with, no, that's not part of it. That's not part of it. That's not part of it. Um, I will, oh, and then low inventory on ink, the ink pads of Cajun Craze, Crumb Cake, Pebble Path, Pecan Pie, Re-Inker's Blueberry Bushel, Copper Clay, Wild Wheat, and the Pecan Pie ink refill. Those are on low inventory, along with the Pretty Peacock Stampin' Blends. And then the Shy Shamrock and Peach Pie. And then some other cardstocks like Copper Clay, the Subtles Combo Pack, the basic white 12 by 12, and the 8.5 by 11 Granny Apple Green. and the Countryside and Designer Series paper. Those are currently on low inventory. So if any of that stuff is something that you're interested in, again, that sale is going to end at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time tonight. So it's going on for just a few more hours, and then that's it on that. So next, um, again, the close to my heart products, those are still 30% off. So in the description, um, this is the first thing that I have listed, like under where all the dimensions of the cards that I'm making tonight, that whole big info part, this is up at the top. So the link that I have included there is going to take you to the online store that's going to show all the items that are on sale, and it'll show what the sale price is as well. The same thing with the Close to My Heart. There's a link that'll take you directly to the page that has all of these products. Paper Pumpkin, the new subscription period, that just opened up on November 11th. They'll go through December 10th. This one is going to have some scalloped card bases with edging on it. And you got some sparkle gems, and then it looks like you got some vellum. Now, with that being said, this showed up today. So this is the kit that's for November, and this is the one with the stockings. So this, stay tuned. I should have a video created and posted at some point this weekend. Of course, post office put it in my mailbox, and yeah, it was such a joy to get it out of there. Not. And I'm surprised I didn't destroy the box in the process. So right now that's the subscription that's currently going on again till December 10th. And then in addition, there is a coordinating add-on. These are the Merry Tags and More dies. These coordinate with the October, November, and December paper pumpkins. Now, you do not need the dies to complete those projects. This is just something additional if you want to do some alternative stuff with the items that are in the kit, or just for general crafting in general. So the item number for this is 165639, and here in the US they are $12. And my understanding is, I think all of the dies that the coordinating dies that they've had for the whole year, that they're still available in the online store under kits and paper pumpkin, and that'll be like the refills and the add-ons. So there's that. Now, the last thing that I have here. So we've gotten to see, as demos, we have gotten to see the new mini catalog. This is the one that'll go from January to April of 2025. And then also every year, January and February, their celebration. And so these, both the brochure and the catalog, will go live January 7th. Now, celebration will go to February 28th, but this will go to the end of April, I believe. If you would like a copy of these catalogs, one of the things I may suggest, if you order from me, you would have created a profile on my Stampin' Up website. Now, if you are already there, make sure your address is correct. The reason why I say this, I kind of mentioned it last time. Stampin' Up did an update, and where in the past, I was able to update people's addresses. I'm not able to do that anymore, so you would have to go out there and do it. If you have never created a profile from me and you would like a catalog, and again, I'm just going to state that, if you're in the US, because I can't, I can't send any product or anything like that, like to Canada or overseas. I can send my cards. That's not a problem, but like the catalogs and, um, any product that I can't. At the end of the month, I will be submitting an order to where Stampin' Up! Then does a bulk mailing. And in this case, to send both this mini catalog and the celebration brochure, it would cost me like $2.75 per person. Whereas if I were to mail it out, basically I take it, stuff it in an envelope, and I mail it to you, it's gonna cost probably like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to guess and say like three something. It's hard saying because the post office keeps going up on the postage, yet their service just gets worse. There's other words I could have said, but I'm going to keep this clean. So if you're interested in getting any one of these catalogs, basically let me know. And if it's before the 30th, I can probably help you. I should be able to help you create that profile. So then that way you're out there and I can just choose your name and then I can submit the order. Otherwise, again, I don't have a problem, mailing them directly out. It's just if I'm mailing a bunch of them out, there's a huge savings in the cost of me shipping them out. Oh, that's horrible, Froggy. Are you serious? So that means that if you end up winning a card tonight, you're not going to get it till who knows when? Now's not the time to be going on strike when Christmas is coming. What's wrong with them? That's just wrong. Wrong, wrong. Okay, then let me find a place to put this. Another thing that I made mention last week. So in the past, like when I first started doing this was a couple of months ago. I was offering free card kits with a minimum $35 purchase, and you would get the card kits of the projects that I was making that night. And one of the things that I was also offering with it was this pretty PDF that I put together that has like the list of all the supplies, and then there's pictures, and then there's kind of some dimensions here. And then if something was stamped, I'm letting you know, okay, what color you're stamping it in and what you're using to die cut it and all that. So this was something that I was offering, those who were placing an order with me and also for those that were part of my team. Um, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of stopped offering the free card kits only because there were no orders coming in. And I get it and I understand that, you know, that a lot of people that are watching me. Now, I don't know about everybody, but I could have people who are actual demonstrators. So there would be no sense in you placing an order with me when you can order from yourself and get a discount. Also, if you're in another country, you can't order through me either. So, with that being said, that's why I kind of stopped offering the free card kits. But I have decided since I put the work in creating these PDFs that they're going to be free for everyone. So again, in the description, there's that section that has all the info. So this will be just above the list of all the supplies with the links to them. There is a link there that will take you to my Google Drive where I have all of these saved. So this one here, after I'm done with the video, I will put this out there. I just needed to create the video so that way I can link it into this Friday Night Live link right here. Again, I still can't, schedule my videos, But yeah, everything that I have done on my Friday Night Live since January 26th of this year, they are all out there. So I have the date and then I have the name of the suite or the bundle or stamp set or whatever it was that I had used. So if you're interested in these, just click on that link. I do have the link set up to whoever has access to that link could then access it out there on the Google Drive. If you have any problems at all, just let me know and I'll make sure that you're able to get in there. So I'm going to constantly be adding them as I do my Fridays. There'll be new ones out there. Okay, so what am I using tonight? So I am using the Sentimental Christmas suite of products. So there's this DSP. This is the Sentimental Christmas DSP. So it's a lot of nice vintage type designs that are on here. This is also the paper that is their product give back. In our holiday minis, they always have something where for this, I believe it's for every pack of this DSP that's sold, $3 of it goes to, I'm thinking this one has to do with literacy, if I remember right. So this is awesome paper, so it's definitely going to be something that I at least get another pack of. But it's awesome paper, and I'm going to be using it on all three of the cards that I make tonight. So let me kind of get that out of the way. And then there are these druzy adhesive backed embellishments. So druzy, my understanding is a jeweler's terminology, and these are very sparkly, but they are also very how do I want to describe it? It's just it's not, they're not smooth. They're definitely textured, and that druzy is supposed to be the texture of that. So these come in champagne and white, so we're definitely using those on our projects. There's also some ribbon. This is the, and of course my thing kind of came apart. This is the shaded spruce satin and sheer ribbon. And then we have the Sentimental Wishes bundle. So we have the stamp set here, and then the set of dies. It's just this, it's in a smaller package. So you have dies that are going to die cut the stocking, the candles, the holly, and the bow. Now these dies will also die cut the images that are in the DSP as well. So I have those pulled out. Now, a lot of this stuff I did in advance, and I'm also going to be using a couple of other, what do you call it, sets of dies for my projects. So let me bring in the stuff for my first card. And let me kind of pull that out and put that aside. Make sure I don't have anything, any pieces in there. Okay, so Pretty Peacock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. I have a piece of basic white. This is 5.25 by 4. This will be for the inside of the card. I have a piece of old olive. This measures 5.25 by 4. I have some of that sentimental Christmas DSP. This is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I have a scrap of cherry cobbler that I'm going to be stamping and die cutting from. And then I have a scrap piece of basic beige. This too I'm going to stamp and die cut. Now this stamp set, it's a red rubber stamp set, so it's easier for me to stamp it first and then die cut it, only because, you know, if I die cut the piece first and it doesn't come out straight, then I have to cut out more and then it's not straight, and then it just, yeah, I'm going to have to cut more. So I just kind of, so like I said, the die cutting, that's kind of like at a minimal as far as all the projects go. So I'm going to fold and burnish the card base. Okay, and then I'm going to take my basic white. Now I'm not going to stamp anything on the inside of this. So I'm just going to add some adhesive to the back of this. I'll put this in here. Okay. Then I'm going to take my DSP, add some adhesive to this. And I'll put that on my old olive. Oh, the video that so last Friday I did that snowy scenes. The one thing that I ended up missing on doing at the very end of it, so that last one that we did with the snowman that was on that snow globe, I meant to add Wink of Stella to the snowman. So that's the one thing I forgot to do. So I ended up doing it after the fact, but just wanted to put out, it was the only project that had Wink of Stella on it. So just wanted to put that out there. So I'm going to set that aside. On this one, where's my stamp set? So for this one, I'm going to use the greeting that says, wishing you joy and happiness. And then there's the stamp that's got the little bow in there. And let's see, we need blocks. Now what's nice, I don't have to worry about lining it straight on that block when I'm going to be die cutting it afterwards. Okay, so for my ink, I'm going to use Early Espresso for my bows. Now I went to go and stamp this using Cherry Cobbler ink, and I'm going to be honest with you, I had a hard time trying to line the die up on it because I just had a hard time seeing the image of the bow. So I'm going to stamp my greeting in Cherry Cobbler, and then the bow, I'm going to stamp that twice in the Early Espresso. And my Cherry Cobbler is very inky. Okay, Cherry Cobbler is definitely one of my favorite reds. Okay, and then get my Early Espresso. And I'll ink this up. Stamp that twice. Okay, close that up. Now, the one thing I did notice that I don't know if it's the cardstock itself or the fact that my Early Espresso is really inky, but it looks like that this ink isn't exactly drying really fast on it, so I may have to take my heat tool to that just to make sure that it's dry. I'm going to bring in my Stamp and Scrub here, and I'm going to add, since I got so much of the cleaner on here, I'm going to just spray on some water so I can clean my stamps as I go. Hello, Carol. Welcome. All right. So, Carol, since you're just joining us, I have pinned up at the top of the chat box a link that'll take you to a Google spreadsheet where you can add your name. And at the end, I do the drawing for the cards that I make tonight. It doesn't matter that you are in Canada. I can mail cards to Canada with no problem. All right, so let's see, how are we looking on this one? I just don't want the ink to smear when I go to die cut it. Okay, and for these, let's see, the dies, there's a little bow in here. A little bow. And then I'm also going to use, now this I believe is going to be part of that big mega suite that I'm going to use next Friday. This is the Peaceful Season dies, and I'm going to use this die right here. And what's nice about this die, it adds these little slits on either end, so I can thread my ribbon right through it. So let me bring in bring this in. So I am using my electronic die cutter, and you can see that I die cut so much that my my magnetic plate here seems to be a little like warped. So this just fits in here. So I gotta make sure this looks straight. Okay. Let's see if I can do this one at the same time. Yeah, trying to line this up when I stamped it in Cherry Cobbler was, yeah, it was a struggle to see where those lines were. So I thought, okay, we need to go with a different color. All right, so let me, oh, and it moved. Shoot. You know, in here I have, I think because I've used this magnetic plate so much that these things are kind of shifting on me. Don't mind me, I'm a little close here. I do have other, I did get extra magnetic plates for this thing. Okay, line this up. Okay. Right. Wow, that really stuck. Okay, so there's that. That off of there. There's one bow, and let's do our second one. It's the tails that are a little hard to see. Right. So there's our other bow. that in there and get this out of the way. All right, so now I'm going to bring in my ribbon, and I want about that much. Okay, gonna put that out of the way. And then I'm going to string this through. The ribbon fits just perfectly through these little slats in this die. And again, I think this is part of the suite that I am doing next weekend. I got my thing right, my planner right behind me. Yep, it's part of the Season of Elegance. So that's a big mega suite. That's got 2 stamp and die bundles to it. So that's what my projects are going to be next week, next Friday. Okay, so then I'm going to take my dimensionals. Well, actually, you know what I'm going to do beforehand? I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this so it holds this ribbon down. Because I'm going to add dimensionals to the back of it, but I don't want the ribbon to be all floppy. So that's about good right there. And I'll press that down. Then I'll get some dimensionals. Okay, and then on the back of this, I'm going to add when it does that. Actually, I should just go and put the adhesive on the whole thing. All right, so then let me take the backings off my dimensionals so that way it sticks to my card. And I'm going to bring this in my silicone craft sheet and I'm going to lay it down. Okay, so then I'm going to flip this and I want to try and get it in about the middle. I'm going to stick that down, pick that up, flip it over. Trim that down a little bit. Okay, looks good. And then I'll put that right on my card front. I really love Pretty Peacock. Well, Pretty Peacock is definitely like one of my favorite colors. But I think Pretty Peacock and Old Olive go really, really well together. Out east, yeah. I kind of miss New York. Okay, and then for my bows, I'm just kind of glancing over and I'm seeing part of the conversation. And I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them on either side of that tag. A little piece here that didn't come out. All right, and then I'll stick that one right over here. Okay, and then one more thing for this. Kind of put that over on the side. I'm going to bring in these embellishments. Like I said, they got like a nice, they have this rough texture that I think that's what brings out all that sparkle on them. So when you're mailing anything with these, you definitely want to have something. What I do is, Stampin' Up! Has these postcards that, we get. If you get the starter kit, they send you like business type supplies, and they send you a whole pack of postcards that you can send out. Like if you're going to do, any events. Well, since I really don't mail out any of the postcards, I use them to just place on top of my card. And then when I put it in the envelope, there's less of a chance of these poking through the envelope when it goes through that machine at the post office. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to use these white ones. I'm going to take a larger one and put it down here, and then two of the smaller ones. I'll add up here, like so. Hello, Elaine. Okay, so move this out of the way. And there is my first card. So let me put this aside, and let's pull out everything for our second card. Let's see. These projects came together fairly quickly, so I was glad about that. All right, so this one is all about the beige and the red. So I have a piece of basic beige. This measures 8.5 by 5.5. I've scored it at 4 1/4. I have a piece of Poppy Parade that measures 5 1/4 by 4. I have a piece of that DSP. This measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. And then out of a scrap piece, these are both scrap pieces of basic beige. I have die cut this, and this is the larger rectangle that comes out of the Nested Essentials. So it's this one right here. And then on this scrap piece, I'm going to stamp my greeting first, and then I'm going to die cut it using this banner die. So this, I believe, is the second size, the second largest one. Now this piece is going to be a little too big, so I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to kind of have it down, like further down on this banner, because I'm going to trim some of it up at the top here. So I'll pull that out. And then out of that DSP, like I said, the dies will also die cut some of the images. So with the stocking die, I had die cut the stocking, and then with that bow die, I die cut that bow. That was easier to die cut than the stamped one. Okay, so since this is a light color cardstock, I don't have a piece for the inside of it. I'm actually like conserving my basic white at the moment, since yeah, I'm starting to run out and I need to get more. Okay, so then I'm going to add some adhesive on the back of my din. You can see there's the other pattern. Now there's not a die that die cuts that, but that's really pretty. I kind of like that whole vintage Christmas feel. And we're coming up to that time where it's going to be time to put up that tree and start decorating, which, with that being said, I do want to put this out there, and I'll mention it again as we get closer. So next Saturday, I will definitely be live. And I think the one after that as well. But I think, see, I'm so off on time, and time flies by so fast. So that Friday after Thanksgiving, that's for those of us in the U.S., I will not be live. I will, yeah, that's true, Froggy. I've seen people do that as well, with the folding the card inside out. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, so that Friday after Thanksgiving, I'm not going to be live. I'm going to pre-record that one, and the reason why I'm doing that is because my routine has always been the day after Thanksgiving. I am definitely not one of those that ever got into that whole Black Friday thing. I mean, just to be honest, I can't deal with too many people in just like in a closed space. And yeah, it's sad because, here you got a day that everybody's being thankful, and then the next day, yeah, they're just being horrible and mean and all that. So I tend to take that Friday and I'll go and decorate. Now, but in the past, it would be that weekend, but what I like about the job that I have, we get that Friday after Thanksgiving off. So typically that Friday I'll get a lot of stuff done. I just figured that by me not going live, I start to get into it and I want to get it all done. If I was doing an actual live, I would have to stop, kind of clean myself up and everything. So, um, yeah. Yeah, I have found that, yeah, doing the online, sometimes I find myself going into Hobby Lobby, but I'll tell you, was it Monday of not this week, but the week before, I think it was. Oh my gosh, I went in there. Okay, it wasn't a holiday. That place was wall to wall people. I mean, there were a lot. No, it was Saturday. I got done cleaning the church. That place was wall to wall people. Just too many people. Right. Back to the card. I'm going to take dimensionals and I'm going to add it to the back of the stocking. It was crazy. I'm thinking people, it's like, this is insane. There was just too many people. And I needed to get like two more. I got two more of those wreaths because honestly, I knew I had to tear apart two of them, but they're kind of pretty and I'd like to hang them up. So while they were on sale, I got two more. Okay, and then the little bow, I'm going to add a glue dot to that. Okay, and I'm going to add that right here on my stocking. So I'll set that aside. On here, I'm going to bring in the stamp. So I want Let's Celebrate the Season. And I'll put these back. And since I got this open, I'm going to pull out the other stamp that I need. Where's that greeting? Oh, this one. So I'll put that one over there. All right, so for this one, get my block. And since I'm die cutting it after the fact, I'm not worrying about it being straight. And for this, I'm going to use my garden green. And I'm going to stamp that right here. And then as this dries, this green will lighten up some. My little labels coming off. Okay, and then I'll clean this really quick. All right. Okay. So let me bring this in. And I'm going to put this here. And again, I want the greeting to be closer to the bottom of this. So I'm going to kind of line this up like so. I think I should be good. I don't think I need the tape. Okay, so put that there. All right, so for this piece, I'm going to bring in my little guillotine paper trimmer that I need to clean. And I'm going to chop some of this. Yeah, I'm going to chop some of that off of the top. Okay, so then I'm going to take some of my adhesive, add it to the back of this. And then I'm going to line this up to the top of the DSP. Okay, press that down. And then I'm going to take this piece here. I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive on this side. And then my ribbon, I want to get a little piece of this. Yeah, when I got it, this thing came unstuck. I tried to glue it back on, but it didn't hold very well. Okay, and then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive on this. And what I want to do is I want to fold it in half. Try and get it even. And then that's going to stick out on the side here. Okay, and then I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of this. So if you're just popping on, I'm going to mention it again. Up at the top of the chat box, there is a pinned message with a link to a Google spreadsheet. If you would like to add your name to that spreadsheet, what I do at the very end, I do a wheel of names, and I do a drawing for the cards that I made tonight. And then if I haven't sent you, if I don't have your address, then I just ask you to email it to me, and then I get those cards mailed out to you. Okay. All right, so my stocking. And if you have any issues trying to add your name to that list, just say something in the chat, and we'll get your name added to it. All right, so there is our stocking. Now let me get the embellishments. Now on this one, it was a toss-up of whether to use the champagne or the white, and I just thought the white looked a little bit better on this, so I'm going to add a few. Usually when there's two different sizes, I'll use one of the larger ones and then two of the smaller ones. All right, so there is the second card. So using a lot of the DSP on this one. All right, so we got one more to go. And according to this, I've been live now for 74 minutes, but if you subtract 15 minutes off of that, that's how much time I've actually been not prepping everything. All right, so my third card. I'll bring in those pieces. All right, on this one, I have a piece of real red, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have basic white, 4 1/4 by 4. That's going to be for the inside. Then I have a piece of pecan pie. This measures 5 1/4 by 4. The DSP, this measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Out of a scrap of that paper, so this was the pattern that you saw at the top of the package, I had die cut this out using the largest stylish shapes circle, so this larger one. And then for this round, for this sofa, all right, back up. So out of this scrap of real red for this circle, I needed something that was going to be bigger than that largest scallop shape. And since we don't have our circle dies anymore, this die is out of the Christmas Friends bundle. So this big circle die right here comes out of this set of dies. So it was a perfect border for that DSP. And then I have a scrap piece of old olive. I'll be stamping my greeting on here and then die cutting it. And then out of another scrap of old olive and out of Pretty Peacock, I had die cut this leafy sprig that is in the set of dies. So this die right here, so that's part of that set. Okay, so on here, I'm actually going to stamp this first. And I am going to stamp the greeting that says, "Have a very Merry Christmas." Now, I will say when I did the sample, I was going to stamp directly onto the DSP, but one, I didn't line it up right. I needed to have it a little bit lower. And two, I think because of the busyness of the DSP, you really didn't see it all that well. So I decided, okay, I'm going to stamp this on the cardstock, and then I'll die cut it. All right. I'll close that up and move that out of the way. Actually, I'll clean that up because when I go to do my drawing, yeah, I don't want ink to get on anything. Thank you, Froggy. All right, let me get that out of the way. All right, so we'll fold and burnish our card base. And then I'll add some. And then I'll add this in here like so. All right, and then I'm going to add my DSP to my piece of pecan pie. Oh, the kid upstairs, can he learn to walk? Oh my gosh. I swear, if my ceiling starts chipping and falling in on me, I am not going to be happy. Did I just say that out loud? Because evidently the kid upstairs doesn't know how to walk. He likes to run, and in, you know, with this apartment, there's a nice long hallway, and yeah. Evidently, he must have really had to go to the bathroom. Okay, so next step, I'm going to add, wow, kid, will you stop? I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. That's just like, it's really annoying, just to be honest. Okay, so I'm going to take this ribbon, I'm going to add to the back here. Kind of want about the middle. Of course, my fingers are sticking to it. Bring it around. And trim that. Get that out of the way, and then I'll add a little bit more adhesive on the top of the ribbon. And then I'll take this and I'll put it on my card base. Even this color combination, the Real Red. Now, Real Red's not one of the colors in the DSP, but I just found that the Real Red looked better with this. And so that Pecan Pie has that really thin layer between the red and like the pretty Peacock and Old Olive. I think that looks really good. All right. Then this die cut piece with my deer on it, and then there's a couple of little birds on there as well. I'm going to center that on my Real Red circle here. Okay, and then I'm going to put some in, dimensionals on the back of this. I really like that we got this really large circle die. All right, so that'll go there. And then I'm going to die cut this, and I'm going to use, I ended up using a lot of different sets of dies with this. Actually, I'm going to keep that out. I'm going to use the perennial postage dies. So I have this one right here. And I'll bring this in. You know, that's what I kind of thought too, Froggy, that these colors wouldn't, but I don't know. When I just kind of put it together, I'm like, okay, well, that looks, I mean, it's different, but, you know, I will say that it's not bad. So I thought, okay, well, I was kind of going in with the colors that are in, you know, in the paper. I'm like, okay, that's going to work. I kind of like that. So, yeah, kind of like how it came out. Terry, I'm seeing your comment. Your ex calls you the Antichrist. No, you are not the Antichrist. If anything, he is. You're awesome. I'm just going to say that. When it comes to colors, Yvonne, what makes it easy, I just go with the colors that are in the DSP. I find that's the easiest way to kind of put things together. I just look at, you know, those colors that are in there, and then I just kind of put it together. It's like, okay, that's not bad. But like I said, this paper doesn't have Real Red. It has the Poppy Parade, which is a little bit more of that orangey reddish type color. And I just thought that this all looked tied better with the Real Red rather than the Poppy Parade. Okay, so then I'm going to take some adhesive on the back of my greeting. No coloring on these cards this week. I spared myself and my hand with coloring. Okay, so I'm going to stick that down. And then on these two little sprig pieces, I'm going to add one on the front of my pretty peacock. And then I'm going to take my old olive one and I'm going to kind of layer that over that like so. And then I'm going to add it, let's see, add it on the bottom here. And move that. Set that down, and then let me take these dimensional backings off. Oh, I don't nail it every time, Terry. Not every time. I think my OCD kind of kicks in, you know, because everything's got to be straight and all that. I love you too. So, okay, so this, I'm going to stick, this is going to be stuck down right over here. And what I want to do with these, I want to kind of tuck these like right behind, but it's not sticking on there. So let me do that. When all else fails, pull out the seal. Okay, so that's going to go there. And then this is going to stick out right there. We'll stick that down. Okay, and then this is going to go, let's see, right there. And then for this one, I'm going to use those champagne embellishments for this one. One there. Oh, the other thing that I do want to make mention, if it was something that you were waiting for, I noticed, was it yesterday or the day before when I checked the inventory status report? If you were waiting for those real red and white peppermint embellishments, they are still in stock and they are not on low inventory, which is very surprising because those things have been so popular. It's like as soon as they get them back in, you know, they're gone already, but they are back in stock, and I do have my inventory status report up here. So I checked, you know, when I first started, and they're still in stock. So if you were waiting for them, they are there. Okay, so I'm kind of closing all this stuff up and tidying up just a tiny bit here. But let me show you the card first. Okay, so there's the third one. Again, like all of this, I just went with the colors that are in the DSP, and I kind of like how this one came out, and I do like these champagne embellishments. They definitely have a lot of sparkle to them. Okay, so while I kind of tidy up just a little bit more, if you haven't already done so, this is your opportunity to go ahead and add your name to that spreadsheet. And as soon as I kind of tidy up here, I will draw names for the cards. I'll yank in my laptop to where you can see it. I don't have that fancy software where you can flip, you know, to different screens. So, I mean, there's one, it's called Switcher Studio. One, it's a little pricey, but then it also doesn't work for Android phones. It only works for like the iPhones, and I'm sorry, but I'm, yeah, I do Android. I don't do no, I just don't do iPhones. Never will. So okay, so let me bring these in. So we have card 1, 2, and 3. And let me see. Okay, hold on a second here. So I got, okay, so Sharon, okay, you're on there. Remove that. Okay, so why is okay, I'm trying to understand why does Deborah's name, why is her name crossed out? And okay, let me do Deborah's name again. I don't know why your name is kind of like it's striked out. I don't know why. Don't know why. Okay, so I have on here, I have Carol Helms, I have Terry, Yvonne, Froggy, Sharon, Carol Weston, and Deborah. Is there anybody else who would like to have their name added? According to my phone, from what I see, it's saying that there are, well, it says there's 12 people watching, but the laptop says 11. So there's more of you out there that are watching. If you would like a chance for one of the cards that I have made, and if you're not able to add your names, some people have problems trying to access the Google spreadsheet. Just comment in the comment box and let us know and we can add you. Oh, I wanted you to download the app. Okay. It's not a problem. You're on there, so you're all good. Okay, so I think, so it looks like we got everyone. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. There was another name I saw on here. Elaine, are you still with us? Let's see. I'll add you on there. Okay. So, again. Okay, so that's just really weird. I don't know why it does that. You know, when you do the spreadsheet, I don't know what this, you know, it'll have like anonymous whatever. Now it says like anonymous hamster. I don't know where that comes from. Okay, so cards 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to kind of move those up. And I'm going to take these names and copy. And I'm going to put them in the wheel of names. We got more colors on our wheel this time. Okay. All right, so now here's the unconventional way where I'm going to unplug my phone from the laptop. I'm going to unplug the laptop itself. Whoops, that didn't sound good. I'm going to bring in, let me grab something really quick. And I got my pen. And let me bring this in like so. And move these out of the way because these like to glare on the screen. All right. I know that kind of looks a little dark. You see, can I move these up? All right. So let me bring up the wheel. All right, and let's spin this. Deborah, which one would you like? 1, 2, or 3? Number 2, okay. And then these will go out either tomorrow or on Sunday. Okay, we'll remove that. Spin again. Yvonne. Wow, that's a little behind, isn't it? You awake out there, Yvonne? Yvonne, you awake? She's not answering me. Did she fall asleep? Hold on, guys. Let me go check on her. Which card would you like?
Oh, I'm still there.
1 or 3?
Oh, 2. Oh, 1 or 3? 1.
1, okay. No, when you didn't answer, I didn't see you type. I was like, okay, let me go check on her. You said 1?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I had to go check on her. She's out in the living room. And I didn't know if she fell asleep or... Okay. All right, so the last one. Go back to the wheel. Carol Weston. So you have number 3. Now, Carol, I don't think I have your address. Well, you know what? Actually, I know I don't have your address. So in the description of the video, there is my email. Just send me an email with your mailing address, and I will get your card out to you. Again, it'll either be...
Give someone else my card.
Oh, okay. So Yvonne has offered up her card. So I'm going to spin again. And let me put that up where you can see it. All right. Ooh, Terry. It just scooted over the line. Okay, Terry. So you have card number 1 that Yvonne, whoops, let me fix that. That Yvonne had paid it forward. Okay. So let me close that all out. Let me kind of move my laptop out of the way. Move this out of the way like so. So I can see my comments. Okay, everybody. So I'll put these back out here again. So thank you for joining me tonight. Um, how long have I been? Well, it's not 2 hours. That's good. But take 15 minutes away. I feel a little bit better. But yeah, because it's a 2 hour video, 2 hour lives are just, it's just too long. But I thank you guys for joining me tonight. And if you are watching the replay, thank you for watching. If you like the projects, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It does help me in not only, growing this channel and YouTube getting my videos out there for others to see, but it also helps me in building my Stampin' Up! Business. So everyone, again, thank you for joining me. And you all have a very blessed, wonderful weekend. And I will see you next Friday. And don't forget about the seasonal sale. That's going to end at 11:59 p.m. tonight, Central Standard Time. Okay. So I'll see you next Friday. Bye bye.